Hey, what's up everyone? Jeremy and Donovan here. First of all, thank you guys for tuning in to watch this video. What this video is we're going to deep dive into what exactly is covered in the Black Belt Business Bootcamp. Okay, so if you've landed on this webpage, you are at least curious or interested in the bootcamp and you'd like some more information. So if you scroll up, you scroll down, you'll see all sorts of information and testimonials. But what we wanted to do was just personally take you through all the details, all the information, all the nuts and bolts and the nitty gritty of everything that's going to be included in this boot camp, and answer all the questions that you might have. All right, so right now, what you might be asking, this is a question that we've been getting a lot, is who is this for, right? Who's this boot camp for? All right, so this 90-day boot camp, it's for any martial arts school owner that wants to take their business to the next level. All right, it's for a hungry martial arts school owner that's either new to the business or that's already achieved some level of success, but they want to achieve more and they know that they're capable of it. All right, but they just need a little bit of help, a little nudge, maybe some tools, some systems, some strategies to help them get to that next level. All right, so inside this boot camp, you're going to get the inside information. All right, we're going to peel back all the layers of everything that we've done in order to go from no jobs, no businesses, no friends, right, in a brand new city right here in Charleston, right, when Donovan and I first moved out here, to now, just a few years later, we have 3 thriving locations, 700 plus members. Sorry about that, guys. Got a little incoming phone call there. It can wait. All right, this is more important. So, we have 3 thriving locations, 700 plus members, and making over $1 million a year. All right, these are the same systems, the same processes, the same strategies. Now that we've dialed them in, that we're going to use to take our newest fitness concept, KickFit Studio, to over 100 locations in the next 4 years. All right, so the reason we built this program is because Donovan and I, we spent, what do you think, man? At least what, 100,000?
Yeah, probably a little over 100,000.
Easy, at least 100,000. In coaching, mentoring, different types of coaching services, and we kept finding ourselves continually frustrated with these programs because, you know, they would kind of give us some of it, some of their quote-unquote secrets, but they would still keep some of the information under lock and key, right? Some of it we didn't get access to, right? And it was super frustrating. So we said, hey, you know what? We're gonna create a new one. We're gonna flip everything on its heels, and you're gonna get all of it. All right? You might call it the kitchen sink of martial arts school coaching programs, okay? All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and dive into exactly what we're going to cover, okay? I'm going to kick things off a little bit, all right, and then Donovan's going to deep dive into some of the things that he uses in his school to take him to his new expanding location where where he went from coaching at the YMCA, 3 kids, to now a 5,500 square foot location that'll be opening up here in the next 30 days. All right, so first things first. Couple of slides here, right, just to kind of explain some of the things we'll be covering. All right, so inside this Black Belt Business Bootcamp, you're going to get 12 weekly webinars. Okay, these are going to be live webinars each week with myself and Donovan as we dive super deep into the material for the subject matter that week. Okay, we're going to cover an outline of everything that's going to be here shortly. All right, but you'll just know that each week we're going to dive deep into whatever the content is for that week. All right, at the end of that, you'll all have an opportunity to get all of your questions answered. We'll stick around for a live Q&A, right? If it takes 20 minutes or if it takes 2 hours, we're going to sit here until you get all of your questions answered to make sure that you fully understand all the material 100%. All right, the next thing, this is a coaching and a consulting program, right? It's very important that we touch on this and make sure that we understand the difference and why this is so important, right? So when we talk about coaching, the concept of coaching, the skill of coaching is getting you to ask the right questions that will result in the answers that you need to get what you want. All right. Consulting, on the other hand, is actually providing a tangible roadmap that has tools and action items. That's the key, action items, to turn that into a reality. All right. So again, leading back to some of the frustrations that Donovan and I would have was that everything that's currently out there, you can either buy this like a coaching program that gets you really pumped up and excited, but then you're not really sure what to do, right? And you're like, yeah, you know, hell yeah, I'm going to go, I'm going to crush it, I'm going to kill it. And then you're like, well, where do I start though? right? Or on the other side, you can get this tool, right? Someone will create like a tool that you can download and use, and that's awesome. But if you have a hammer and a nail, but you don't understand, what these things are best used for or how to implement them, into what it is you're trying to build, then you still don't have something that you can really build momentum with. You still don't have something that you can turn into, that you can use to leverage into making your dreams a reality. All right, this program is going to be both. We're touching on the consulting and we're touching on the coaching side, which is going to make it extremely valuable for your success. All right, the next thing, you're going to get daily access to Donovan and myself, okay? You're going to get exclusive access to the private Facebook Mastermind group where we're going to post homework assignments. Each week you will have homework assignments. Again, these action items that we're talking about. Okay, you're going to post your results in there. We'll have accountability challenges in there and additional content. Okay, the other thing you'll be able to do is get all of your questions answered within 24 hours. Okay, Donovan and I will constantly be monitoring this Facebook group. Okay, once you sign up, there will be a very specific way in which you can ask us questions to make sure that you get them answered within 24 hours inside that group. Okay, and on top of that, you get to mastermind with other like-minded school owners that are really passionate about leveling up their businesses. This is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful, all right? Because what we found in dealing, in communicating and masterminding with other school owners, other small businesses, is that we all have the same problems, right? We all have the same challenges. We're trying to hire the best people. We're trying to get them trained. We're trying to systemize so we don't have to babysit and be there all the dang time, right? We all have the same kind of issues, marketing, sales. So being able to share and leverage each other's successes is big time, and that's going to be a huge benefit to this program. All right, moving on, the tools and documentation. We're going to give you everything, all of our policies, procedures, the staff training manuals, playbooks, checklists, you name it. We're going to give you these things that you can immediately implement into your business. All right, you're not going to have to create these things on your own. This is going to be a huge, huge, huge time saver for you. Okay, as soon as you register, we're going to mail you physical copies of the books that are included in this program. All right, the first one's going to be Donovan's Manager's Guide to Running a Six-Figure Martial Arts School, which he'll talk about a little bit more. And then the program that I've created called Unbeatable Lifestyle, Black Belt Edition, okay, which is basically going to be your 90-day workbook for incorporating, all the tools, systems, and strategies that we're going to teach you and how to incorporate them into your life over the next 90 days so that by the end of this boot camp, you have rewritten and reprogrammed yourself with some new habits specifically designed to ensure and enhance your chances of success. All right, the other thing we're going to get inside here, guys, is you get lifetime access, okay? So the other thing with a lot of these coaching programs, I'm sure you've seen them if you've done any research, you're paying thousands a month for these things to get access to this information. Okay, with this program, with the 90-day Black Belt Business Bootcamp, you're going to pay one time, but you're going to get access forever. Okay, all the information, all the documentation, all of our stuff. You can come back to it literally anytime, right? If you make a new hire and you hire a general manager 2 years from now and you want to put them through the same 90-day bootcamp to get them up to speed so you're speaking the same language, so you're running at the same speed so you guys can communicate effectively, you can do that. It's not going to cost you anything extra. All right, you get lifetime access. All right, in addition to that, you're going to get an opportunity to participate in the Alumni Group. Okay, this is going to be a private group. It's our VIP Mastery Alumni Group, and it's only available to graduates of this 90-day Black Belt Business Bootcamp. All right, the reason we structure it that way is because we only want people in there that can speak the same language of these other badass school owners like yourself once you graduate from this program. Right, we need everybody on the same page. We need to know that the people inside the group are committed to leveling up. We need to know that they understand what it takes to succeed. All right, and so only alumni are going to have access to this group. Okay, it's cheap. It's not expensive. We're going to keep it between $50 and $75 a month. So it's a very, 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 very low price point. The purpose of it is to just keep everyone together, keep everyone in that same group so we can continue to level up, continue to mastermind, continue to leverage that success beyond the 90 days. All right, inside that alumni group, like we said, you get to continue masterminding with other badass school owners. You're going to get VIP access to our live annual events. And inside that, you'll get continued daily access to myself and to Donovan to make sure you get all of your questions answered. All right, that by itself is worth it just to know that, hey, anytime you have a question, you can get an answer inside 24 hours, right? Okay, guys, so that's a quick checklist of what's included in the boot camp, okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to dive into the content each week and explain a little bit more, okay? So if we go back to the website here, okay, we're going to scroll down, and we're just going to review these, okay? So when we kick it off in week 1, in session 1, we're going to talk about a couple of bigger picture, kind of 10,000 foot view concepts, right? We're going to talk about entrepreneurship, what it means to be an entrepreneur, why do we care, why are we in this business? First of all, do we know the answer to that question? Second of all, if not, let's make sure we get an answer, because that's going to be key, right? As we already know, when the going gets tough, we need a reason more than making money or reaching a certain percentage of conversions on our membership. We need something deeper, something that we can access to really motivate us when things get tough, because sometimes things do get tough in business. All right, we're going to talk about life goal setting, right? What is it that you actually want to accomplish during your time here, during your lifetime, right? A lot of times, this is something Donovan and I talk about all the time. You ask somebody what they want, their first instinctive answer is what they don't want. You say, what do you want? Well, I don't want to work for somebody else. That's great, but that's not the question. What do you want, right? So we're going to deep dive into that and make sure you're very, very clear on that, because it's really important when you're in business for yourself to know what that is. Okay, we're going to talk about daily planning, right? So setting massive goals, massive goals require a very disciplined and strategic approach to each day, right? So if you're even watching this video, if you're even considering this, it's because you know that you have massive potential, right? And you know that just with a little bit of help, you can get there, okay? It's going to require some discipline, and you're going to have to take a strategic approach each and every day, right? You're going to have to win each and every day and build that momentum, and we're going to teach you how to do that. All right, and the last thing in week 1 is your mindset, right? So before you can achieve it, you have to believe it. Okay, Grant Cardone, he talks about feed the beast, right? Feed the beast, okay? So this momentum, this life, this business that you're creating, right? You have to constantly be reinforcing it with positive thoughts, positive beliefs, making sure that you're surrounded by the people that are giving you feedback. Everybody believes and understands what you're trying to do, right? And then most importantly, that you believe and understand what you're trying to do. All right, moving on into section 2, right? We're going to talk about work-life balance, okay? So we're going to talk about this myth of work-life balance, right? And figure out what balance actually means, right? There's this concept kind of floating around about work-life balance, and we're going to deep dive into that. We're going to challenge you guys to think about that a little bit differently and understand an approach that you can take to that that will create success for you both in your business and in your family life. Okay, we're going to talk about clarity and focus, right? How when we make things complicated, it screws everything up, right? So when we talk about doing more and having more and being more and creating more, it's actually about doing and having and creating less. Okay, so we're going to deep dive into that concept and explain what that means. We talk about morning and evening routines, all right? Starting and ending your day with success strategies that build momentum, both in your business and in your life. These are tried and true, proven routines that some of the most successful multimillionaires and billionaires use. All right, and we're going to talk about them and give you a template to create your own, one that's going to work for you to make sure that you can win each day. All right, which leads us into winning each day, right? How we're going to talk about gratitude, how your fitness and your health and your nutrition decisions, how your family life, and how your ability to learn and absorb new information and content, how these will all leverage your success, and how we're going to make these into a daily checklist item to ensure that you're touching on them all each day and creating that momentum. All right, and then the last thing, the Unbeatable Lifestyle Journal. This is going to go in the mail to you, as we already kind of discussed. All right, but what this is going to do is help keep the entire process organized and structured for you to ensure success, right? So as you see, when we move into session 3 and beyond, Donovan's going to take over here and start talking a little bit. One thing he's amazing at is keeping everything organized, structured, checklisted, right? So once you find a formula that works, once you find a recipe for success, it is repeatable. So you're not guessing day in and day out, saying, hey, how do I create that success again? Hey, we nailed it down. We know what it is. We know what the formula is. And now you're just going to repeat it every single day. All right, guys, so we're going to move into session 3. This is where we deep dive into some of the very, very specific things into your martial arts school. All right, and Donovan's going to talk about here these next few sections.
Awesome. What's up, guys? Donovan here, and like Jeremy said, I'm taking over
I'm going to talk about, so session 3, we're going into time management, right? Managing your time, or others will manage it for you. All right, so even just answering emails, those are people that are fighting for your time. They're fighting for pieces of your day, and it's up to you if you allow them to do that or not. We're going to get into productivity. I'm getting 100% productivity out of the time that you allocate to different projects. All right, so again, working on that balance, right? Knowing when you're working, you're all in, and when you're not, right? Focusing on the task at hand. Sometimes that's family. Sometimes that's my dog. Whatever it happens to be, I'm completely 100% efficient during that time. All right, developing a master schedule, engineering a system for success. So making sure each minute of your day is accounted for. Same thing with your budgeting your account, right? You want to know where all your money's going. Same thing with your time, which is more valuable. I want to know where all of my time, all of my minutes are going. And I want to be proactive, right? Making sure that I'm getting a lot more done in the less amount of time. All right, that's being efficient. I want to be very efficient with my time. I want to get a lot done with the time that I have with my team. All right, guys, moving into session 4, week 4, we're working on, this is when we really start diving into your martial arts business. All right, so the studio sensory package, a lot of you guys have heard me talk about this before. We're going to ensure that your school looks, smells, and feels like a place that your members want to do business. All right, a lot of times martial arts schools, have had, in the past, they smell like a foot, and they can look kind of dingy and dirty. There's things about them that were not so great, and we just accepted that. And the cool thing is that is not the case anymore, right? We're competing against Little Gym. We're competing against big name brands that are really good at this, at making their sensory package amazing. So we're going to show you exactly what we do at each of our locations to make sure it's a place that our members want to do business. All right, the first impression, you only get one shot at it. It is very important. And what does your impression say about you? All right, again, going back to that sensory package. When they walk in, what feeling, right, what emotions do you invoke in the people that are walking inside your facilities? All right, maintenance, establishing and maintaining standards of excellence. All right, not only do our staff clean before the shift starts and after the shift ends, we have, during shift spot checks, and you're going to get complete outlines of every location. We have, our locations range between 1,000 square foot, we have a 3,000 square foot, and we also have a 5,500 square foot location. So they're completely different. Their checklists are different. So depending on what size school you have, you're going to get a great read on, what we do to keep our facilities immaculate. All right, guys, the last thing here, staff checklist. Systems and processes to ensure your facility is always meeting that expectation. If someone comes in for the first class of the day and the school is amazing, it looks good and smells great, the person that comes in for your last class of the day needs to get that exact same experience. We need to be able to replicate that. All right, guys, moving into session 5. All right, this is something I'm very passionate about, is the intro process. All right, designing the enrollment process to maximize student conversion rates. So, you can get a ton of people in your door, but again, if you're not doing the right things at the right time, all right, we're going to lower our chances of signing them up as members, right, which is basically going to hit our wallet. All right, so new students, when someone becomes a student, we want to make sure that the parents and the kid sees the value in your program. That's what's different about martial arts versus a gym. All right, if someone comes in for a CrossFit program or our KickFit program, we are having to sell to that member. However, being a martial arts school owner, we have to make sure the parents are on board as well as the student. All right, so we're going to make sure that their excitement is high when they come in. All right, also we're going to explain to you guys, you're going to get a physical copy of our Kids That Win manual. It's a workbook that we use at my location. It's a customized branded enrollment program that creates engagement and it improves our enrollment percentages. So again, you're going to get a physical copy of that. It's something that we use for a new student that comes in through their 4-week trial. It's a great tool that we use to enroll them. I think you're really going to enjoy it. All right, guys, so week 6, session 6 here, we're going into proper lead follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up, and are you collecting your fortune? A lot of times, we drop the ball on the leads. This is something that I talk to a lot of school owners about. If someone comes in, you're so attentive to them, you want to make sure they're having a great experience, but if for whatever reason they don't join, they're off, they're off to the abyss forever. We don't worry about them. Those people can still be followed up with, and we do have a pretty good conversion rate of bringing people back into our program, and I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. All right, guys, trial follow-up, how to communicate once they've raised their hand. So if someone says, hey, I want to join, or I want to try your program, making sure that we're following up with them each week via text, email, personal touches, phone calls, what we're doing, exactly how we're doing it to make sure this person converts into a full long-term member. All right, and then using your database, so using your client relations management to communicate with leads, trials, alumni, current members. When we send out emails, if we send out texts, what the information that we're sending to these people is. So you're going to get a complete playbook on everything we do to follow up with our leads. All right, guys, session 7 here, marketing. So I'm going to hand you guys back over to Jeremy. This is something that he's really, really good at. He's my go-to guy for any questions I have related to Facebook ads and marketing, and he's going to take over from here.
Yep, for sure, guys. So we're going to talk about, there's a few different things that we want to think about when we're doing marketing. We're going to have offline marketing that Donovan's going to deep dive into some of the different things in one of the future sessions here, how he uses some of his supplemental activities to not only generate revenue, but also to create new memberships. All right, and then we're going to talk about online marketing, right? This is kind of my specialty here, right? So how we're going to use social media to create buzz about your business in your area, right? We've got a weekly checklist that we're going to give to you with the types of things you need to be posting, when you need to be posting them, and the type of language to be using to communicate and connect with your audience. All right, we're going to talk about Facebook ads. All right, we're going to actually go through, we're going to walk through how exactly to set up your Facebook business page, how to set up your conversion pixel. This is so often overlooked. It's not complicated, but if we don't do this properly, it's like pouring water into the bucket, but the bucket has holes in it, right? And it's just leaking right out the bottom. Okay, so if we want to retain all these leads, all these business, we need to patch the holes first, and then pour the water in. Okay, that's what the conversion pixel does. We're talking about how exactly to target the correct audience with your Facebook ads. So the people that respond to it are the people that you actually want to be talking to, the people that might be great prospects to join your school. And then also how to retarget. Once somebody has demonstrated some level of interest, you want to hit them again, right? Let's go ahead and show them again. Sometimes they're looking at, they see your ad, but maybe they're at a red light, right? And they're not prepared to pull out their credit card and purchase something because the light just turned green, right? And then by the time they get home, they forgot all about you. But they did demonstrate some interest. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate how to go back and touch on those people that have at least shown some level of interest with the retargeting ad. Okay, we'll get into, on the sales side, you've got a 2-step buy-in here. That's what's really unique about all these children-related services, is that you have to sell the parent and you have to sell the child. If you only get one of them, you do not get a new member. Okay, so we're going to talk about the sales process. This ties in a little bit with our Kids That Win program, or whatever enrollment program that you use. That's the one that we use. We'll talk about how to cover that and make sure that you can get the best conversion rate possible. We'll cover scripts, all right, what to say, when to say it, how to say it. The way you communicate is so key in making sure that you can connect with people at their level, right? How to mirror people to get them to feel comfortable and to want to be members at your school. And then also whom to say these things to. Okay, and then of course we'll talk about autoresponders, how an email drip campaign can keep your leads informed, engaged, and thinking about you. Donovan and I have written an email drip series that's over 100 emails long. It goes well past 1 year. So when somebody expresses some sort of interest and is willing to give you their email, without you actually even doing anything, or excuse me, without us doing anything, they're getting connected with, they're getting touched on, they're getting some sort of information, some sort of value, and this is all stuff that we've already built that now drips out to them. So we'll talk about how to set that up if that's something you're interested. We'll walk you through some of the best tools and platforms and different ways to implement that into your business as well. All right.
All right, guys, so Donovan back here, and I'm moving on to session 8, something I'm really passionate about, which is staff development. All right, guys, replicating yourself inside your business to create a consistent service even when you're not there. So a lot of you guys know this already. We've been open for quite a few years with the martial arts school, actually just a couple years, and I'm really not there that much. I go in on Friday for about 3 to 4 hours, and on Saturday mornings for about 3 hours, and that's really it. So, Monday through Thursday, I'm not at the school at all. So it's very important that I have systems inside my business that I'm able to replicate the exact same experience. So when someone comes Monday through Thursday, I know the client experience they're receiving, and I make sure that I'm providing that exact same client experience for the people that come on Fridays and Saturdays. There's no skip there, right? If a hamburger tastes one way at McDonald's in California, it tastes exactly the same way as it does in South Carolina. So we can replicate that. All right, guys, hiring. How to weed out the bad hires and how to identify the right person for the job. I've hired some amazing people that have come through my program, and I've had the opportunity to work with them and develop them. I've also hired some pretty bad people. And the only way I know how to bring you this information is through those bad people, right? I probably learned more hiring the wrong person than I did hiring the right person. So I'm going to help you weed out the bad candidates. All right, guys, onboarding. How to properly train someone that is coming in. We have a pretty quick 2-week process, and then we have a 90-day process. And overall, in the 90 days, they need to be able to run our curriculum without us there. I'm going to show you exactly how we take someone inside of meeting them day one to having them running complete classes within 3 months. All right, guys, training. How to keep your staff continually learning and expanding their skill sets. All right, so it doesn't stop at the end of that 90-day training. We have ongoing training that we do every week with our team, and they're able to continually get better and better at what they do. All right, big thing that we have is our leadership team, creating a pipeline of coaching talent for the future. So some of these are just great helping hands on the floor. However, we've been able to have some of my best coaches that I have right now are high school students. They came through our program. They started as children, and now they're getting ready to go off to college. And we've developed some great team leaders. We've developed some great staff members that I have full confidence in. They run birthday parties. They run parents' night outs, summer camps, classes. I know completely, with all my heart, that they can run our entire program without me. All right, guys. The big thing here, pay structure. I get a lot of questions about pay. How much can you pay each person? And how do you create staff careers? So that's the big thing, right? A lot of times we want to bring on part-timers. We think we have a high school student, so we can kind of gyp them on the pay. And I've even been there before. I've been on the receiving end of that, and I can tell you it's not fun. It's hard for someone to get fully invested in your program if they're not part of the team and being compensated for it. So I'm going to show you how I've created multiple careers for my staff members. And my head coach is going to make $80,000 this year alone. All right, so I'm going to show you how, when he first came on, we had 50 students. Here we are 3 years later, he's making $80,000 a year doing something he loves and working less than 40 hours a week. I'm going to show you exactly how we got to that point.
I want to jump in here real quick just for 1 second and just have you guys think about, and some of you may be here, but some of you may be watching this video and you're the owner of your business, possibly for several years, and do you make $80,000? Right, so here Donovan's going to explain how not only did he build this business, but the person that's next to him, the person that's his second in command, Luke makes $80,000. Okay, and if you're not making $80,000, right, at least, then that's just one more reason that this particular session 8, is going to be so important for you to jump in and really dive into and learn, because you can be, and you should be, as the owner of the business, you should be making far more than that, and you should have a right-hand man that can make plenty of money to support, his or her family and make a career, so they'll stay with you for the long term.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to kind of piggyback on that, like I said, he's making $80,000. That's this year. All right, so within next year, he'll be over 100. So we'll officially have our first employee, besides the owner, that's breaking 6 figures.
That's unreal. That's amazing.
Yeah, so think about that, guys. If you want to have opportunities for your staff to make 6 figures, definitely pay attention in week 8. All right, guys. So session 9, all right, extra revenue here, creating additional revenue streams to maximize the value of your membership and the profits inside your business. All right, so you already have a group of people that love your program, that are committed to the process and learning from you. We're just going to give them extra opportunities to try out different parts of our program. We're going to provide them extra services, that they're going to be able to enjoy, that we can profit off of. All right, events, things like parents' night outs, birthday parties. We do ninja nights, summer camps. We have after-school programs. We're going to talk about different things that we're going to be able to help you with. Okay, so some of these events alone, just from the parents' night out, summer camps, we put $60,000, $70,000 a year in our pocket purely off of that program. Our after-school program is a completely separate program. It's basically like running its own business. Okay, so we're going to touch on that a little bit, but we have another opportunity for you to deep dive into that program if that's something you want to do. We know a lot of school owners don't have after-school programs, so we'll touch on it, but I will let you know how we do it, and we're going to add about $250,000 a year to our program purely through that. So pretty good information there. All right, guys, so week 10, this is something I love as well, promotions. All right, which holidays do you promote for? There's only certain ones we use. Back in the day when we first opened, we promoted during every holiday. I mean, Columbus Day, Victory Over Japan Day. If it was a holiday, we were running a sale. But now we've been able to really lock things in and know when is the best time to promote and what exactly we should be doing to promote and making sure that our local area is aware of those promotions. All right, sales. When do we do sales? Why we do sales? How to structure the sale to make sure your product or service is being still valued, right? We don't want to cheapen our product. We go over that. We go over paid in fulls. We go over how we offer percentage discounts if we do discounts. And I'm not a huge fan personally of discounts, but if we do them, there is a science behind it, and I'll let you know exactly what that is. All right, guys, big thing too here is seasonal income. Adjusting your business strategies for revenue targets for the yearly flow. So you're going to have highs and lows throughout your business, just like you have highs and lows throughout your year. Okay, so for a lot of school owners, the summertime is slow. Kids are away traveling for the summer. Parents take breaks. For us, it's actually some of our most profitable times, right? We make a ton of money in the summer, and I'm going to show you how instead of dreading the summer lows, we look forward to summer because we make a lot of money through camps. All right, guys, and then week 11, we're going to talk about our class experience. All right, this is your product, okay? You can have, the worst facility ever, but if you have an amazing product, you have amazing classes, that's something that you should be really proud of, all right? So we're going to make everything work together, but the class experience, that is your product. That's the burger. That's the meat and potatoes. That's what has to be great. All right, the curriculum. You're going to get us an actual copy of my curriculum. All right, organizing your curriculum to make it progressive, making sure that it's easy to learn, but most importantly, is easy to teach. All right, so your staff has to be able to teach this curriculum without you there. All right, we're going to talk about character development. This is something that gets overlooked. A lot of times, we think martial arts is kicking and punching, and it is absolutely not. Martial arts, people are here for their child to be a better person. I always like to say, we're a character development facility that uses martial arts, not the other way around, all right? Our goal is to create future leaders. We want to make sure that the parents are happy. If the parents are happy and seeing positive changes in their child, they will stay, all right? So it's very important. Character development is number one over self-defense, all right? They need to work together, though. All right, so the big thing, too, is making it fun. All right, kids nowadays are completely different. The things that stimulated you as a child are very different than the things that stimulate children nowadays. They're used to technology. They're used to having iPads and iPhones in their hands. So to keep them engaged into a hands-on curriculum, it can be very challenging. We're going to show you exactly how we do that. All right, guys, so for the last portion here, week 12, I'm going to have Jeremy cap you guys off on advanced personal leadership.
Awesome, guys. So by the time we get through through week 11, moving into week 12, we have consumed a lot of content. You will have consumed a lot of content. You will have gotten a ton of information. This is one other reason why it's so important that you guys are going to get lifetime access to this, okay? To be completely honest with you, I expect you, after we go through this 90-day boot camp, to probably go through the entire program at least once, maybe twice a year for the next 3 or 4 years. All right, because it's so much information as your business grows and as you take on new challenges and as you uncover new opportunities and you develop, as a leader and as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you're going to have to go back and revisit and say, hey, how do I do this again, right? Or how do I touch on that again? Or what was the material or what was the checklist they used in this situation? All right, so keep in mind, as you're seeing this, you're saying, holy cow, this is a lot of information. Remember, that's why you get the lifetime access, okay? Now, we started it off by working on yourself, right? You guys probably heard this quote before, right? You've really achieved success when you spend more time working on yourself than you do working on or in your business, okay? So we bookend this program by working on you. You are your business's most important asset, right? If you're strong, healthy, your mind is in the right place, you're physically strong, right, then your business is going to kick ass, okay? If you're not, your business is going to struggle, okay? So we're going to circle back in week 12. We're going to cap it off with advanced personal leadership, okay? It starts from within. The only way you can lead others is to lead yourself, period, all right? People can sniff you out. People are smart. If you don't have it together, right, if you aren't exercising the self-discipline that it takes to be a leader, to be a business person, to create opportunities for those on your team, to take care of all of the stakeholders in and around you. That means your family, your business partners, your members, the kids, the parents, your staff, everybody. They're going to know. Okay, so advanced personal leadership, it starts from within. Okay, we're going to get back to daily routines again. creating and implementing the perfect day every single day to ensure your long-term success. All right, self-development. The more successful you become, the more your physical and mental self-care will become a priority. All right, again, this gets back to working on yourself. The more you, when you achieve success, the more you can work on yourself than on or in your business. All right, that's going to be the key to continuing success. Okay, we're going to talk about the wealth dynamics test, and we're going to set you guys up to where you can go take this test. Okay, this is going to identify where your time is best spent, where you create the most momentum and energy. All right, and what sort of activities you should be outsourcing to others that are strong in your areas of weakness. All right, so we all know this by now. We've all felt this pain. When you first open a business, you are everything. You're not only the head coach, but you're in charge of marketing and sales, and you're cleaning the toilets. You're also the bookkeeper and the accountant and the lawyer and the real estate agent, and you're all of it. You're doing all this stuff, and we do what we have to do, right? When we first get started, that's the only way to do it, right? But you get to a point, you get to a tipping point where we can now realize, right, or we can, through a test such as this wealth dynamics test, we can investigate and realize what are the things that we are really good at, that we enjoy doing, that our natural skill sets help us create momentum, and what are the things that we can do, we might even be good at them, right, because we're entrepreneurs and we do whatever it takes to succeed. However, they weigh us down, right? They're draining. They're mentally, physically, emotionally draining, right? It's like swimming with lead boots on, right? You can do it, but you're not moving very fast, okay? Whereas you might be able to outsource this particular activity to somebody who is great in that area, right? And who does build momentum quickly in that area, so you can spend more time focusing on the areas where you build momentum, right? And then you can imagine the cumulative effect of that is that your business starts to move at warp speed, okay? We call that compressing time. All right, and then we're also going to cover partnerships, right? How to identify and create successful partnerships. This is key, right? When you become, a successful business person, you're going to find that your biggest challenge is actually identifying. It's not creating opportunities or finding opportunities. It's going to be identifying which opportunities that you should proceed with. Okay, and figuring out which partners you should align yourself with, because at this point we know that you can't do this stuff by yourself. If you want to achieve massive success, there's no way, right? If I wanted to create this 90-day bootcamp and launch it by myself, it wouldn't be the same, right? Same thing if Donovan tried to do it by himself, right? The way that we're able to create massive epic value for the marketplace and for our customers, for our clients, for our members, is by taking our strengths, combining them with other strengths to really leverage that. Okay. So here is as of right now, as of the recording of this video, the first boot camp start date is January 8th, and we have future boot camps to be determined. Okay. Make sure you guys check out some of these testimonials of people that have worked with Donovan. There's a little more information about the alumni program. All right, we'll let you guys, and some info about us. We'll let you guys go ahead and scroll through that on your own. Just going to give you a super quick snapshot real quick, and then we'll end the video. Here's where, once you do sign up, here's where you're going to get access. This is going to be your lifetime access account to the Black Belt Business Bootcamp. So you have your own private login here. All right, and then this is what members area will look like, right? So you can see we've got kind of the framework built out, but it's going to be under construction here over the next 6 weeks, over the holidays. We're very much looking forward to some of this downtime at our facilities, but I promise you these will not be days off. These will be long days sitting in front of the computer, building out this curriculum and building out this boot camp for you guys, so we're ready to rock and roll and kick ass come January. Okay, so this is going to be kind of the behind the scenes members area once we get started here. All right, guys, so I believe that's about all we have for you. This video is a little bit long. You guys can, if you watch the whole thing, I hope you got a ton of value from it, a ton of information from it. We just wanted to make sure that you have all of the information, all of the details for this boot camp, so we have no questions left unanswered, no stones left unturned. If you do, happen to have any questions, shoot us an email at mabusinessmadeeasy@gmail.com, or you can give us a call right here. Our customer support line, 843-936-0172. Make sure to get signed up. just so you know, every single time we launch this boot camp, the price does increase. It's going to increase every time. And the reason is because for a couple things. One, it's going to get better and better and better every time. And two, we want to reward those that are taking action now. Those that are committed to their success. We're committed to your success too. And that's why you're going to get it at a little bit lower rate. All right, so make sure, pop in there. You can make a one-time payment, or you can make 3 separate payments. All right, we have a payment plan set up as well, right? So there's really no excuse for you guys not to sign up, not to make this investment in yourself, in your business, for your dreams, your goals, your reality, for your family, for your staff, for everybody that deserves it, including yourself. Make the investment. Make the investment, all right? You deserve it. All right, that's all I've got. Donovan, anything else to add?
That's all. Let's get it, guys.
All right, thanks for watching. You guys have an awesome day.